Hello students, a very good day to all of you. In last class, we understood historical and geographical reasons affects the diversity of a region. So, we will understand this topic more clearly from an example of comparison between two regions, that is Ladakh and Kerala. First, let's discuss about Ladakh. Ladakh is a desert in the mountains in the eastern part of Jammu and Kashmir. Very little agriculture is possible here since this region does not receive any rain and is covered in snow for a large part of the year. Vegetation is also very less here. There are very few trees that can grow in this region because many trees are not able to take this harsh environment. And for drinking water, people depend on the melting snow during the summer months. In this region, people keep sheep and goats at home and raise them. And in almost every family, people owns goats, cows, and zoos. Zoos are also known as yak cows. Now we will see professions which are being followed in Ladakh. First, goats at this region are very special because it produces pashmina wool. Generally, wool comes from sheep, but pashmina wool comes from goat. This wool is highly prized and pashmina shawls which are being made from this wool, they cost a lot of money. That's why people in Ladakh carefully collect this wool of the goats and sell this to traders from Kashmir. People of Kashmir generally weaves the pashmina shawls and they purchase the wool from Ladakh and make their shawls. People eat meat and milk products like cheese and butter because, as we know, Ladakh have very less vegetation. And in Ladakh, they do animal breeding most of the time. So, animal products are preferred more for their food rather than vegetation. Ladakh. Firstly, we'll see the trade. Ladakh attracted a lot of traders. Being a desert does not mean that Ladakh did not attract its shares of traders. It was considered a good trade route as it had many passes through which caravans traveled to what is today called Tibet. That means Ladakh was being used as a route through which many caravans used to travel Tibet. These caravans carried textiles and spices, raw silk and carpets. Now we'll see religion. Buddhism reached Tibet via Ladakh. That is, Buddhism reached Tibet through Ladakh. And Ladakh is also known as Little Tibet. Okay, students? So, students, what is the another name of Ladakh? Little Tibet. Also, Islam was introduced in this region more than 400 years ago, and there is a significant Muslim population here. Traditions. Ladakh has a very rich oral tradition of songs and poems. Traditionally, Ladakh has a very rich variety of songs and poems which is in their local language. Local people of Ladakh sings and performs the famous Tibetan national epic Kesar Saga in their local versions. That's all we have to study about Ladakh, students. Now let's study about Kerala. Kerala is a state in the southwest corner of India. It is surrounded by the sea on one side and hills on the other side. And that's why Kerala is one of the beautiful states in the country. Trade in Kerala. A number of spices like pepper, cloves, cardamoms are grown on the hills. It is spices that made this region an attractive place for traders. Jewish and Arab traders were the first to come here. Food. A fertile land and climate suited to growing rice, and a majority of people here eat rice, fish and vegetables. As they grow rice, vegetables and fish because it's near the sea, so fishes are also available easily. Travel and religion in Kerala. The apostle of Christ, Saint Thomas, is believed to have come here nearly 2000 years ago, and he is credited with bringing Christianity to India. Many Arab traders also came and settled down here. Ibn Battuta, he traveled here a little less than 700 years ago, wrote a travelogue in which he describes the lives of Muslims and says that they were highly respected community. The Portuguese discovered the sea route to India from Europe when Vasco da Gama landed with his ship here. Now we'll see the effect of these historical influences. People in Kerala practice different religions such as Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, and Buddhism. The fishing nets used here look exactly like the Chinese fishing nets and are called China wala. Even the utensil used for frying is called China chatti, and it is believed that the word chin could have come from China, as most of the utensils they used were similar to the utensils which were used in China. Tradition. Boat race is an important part of the Onam festival celebrated in Kerala. Students, as we discussed about Ladakh and Kerala, now we'll see some differences between them. Though Kerala and Ladakh are quite different in their geography, but the history of both the regions has seen similar cultural influences. For example, both the regions were influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. Now, let's see geographical influences. In Kerala, the geography of Kerala allowed for cultivation of spices. But in Ladakh, the spatial geographical location, it was it was a spatial geographical location and its wool drew traders to these regions. Therefore, we can say that history and geography are often tied into the cultural life of a region. So students, read page number 9 and 10 of NCERT book of Civics, in which we have discussed about Kerala and Ladakh. After reading, as we have covered the chapter till here, I have some MCQs. So kindly solve the MCQs for homework and we'll discuss the answer in next class. Thank you, students.